Hi everyone, it's Evelyn here with Twin Flames 3344. Thank you so much for all of your likes, shares, subscribes, and your comments. Everything is so appreciated every day. Today I want to express a little bit about the energies as usual, but also I have some things that I want to say, and I've done a read for you as well. It's not very sunny here today. It is July 6, 2017. The 6th, July is of the mind and introspection, and then 6, the day, is the lovers. And 6 is generally of love, family, and community. But it also adds to the number 23, which is one of my special numbers, 23. It's a 5 of change. 5 is not just change, it's about freedom and excitement and communication. Well, 3 is mainly the communication card, but or number, but 5 definitely has communication in there as well. It's about the challenges that come up with change. And it has to do with sexual relationships as well, and romance. So it's interesting because when I did the cards for the Divine Masculine today, the central issue is the King of Wands, which is 23. 23 is the King of Wands, the master of their passions. So in talking about the King of Wands, which of course represents our Divine Masculine so well, some things were coming up for me. The energies were really tough this week. It was a bit of a challenge this whole last week since I've been home from my trip to France. The energies there were so wonderful and uplifting. It was very hard to come back to my area in the city, where it's very dense and difficult, and then going through these portals. Definitely had some clearing come up for me. Definitely had one, not last night, but the night before, late at night. Definitely kind of like a mini dark night, actually. So I don't know if it was me, my twin, the collective, but it was not easy. The moon was in Scorpio, I guess, at that time, so that might have something to do with it. Not sure I'm all that good with being in the Scorpio moon, but always good to be in the Sagittarian moon, which is now, it's much more lighthearted and fun. So I woke up this morning in so much of a better state. I was listening to the Leo King actually this morning, which was great, and he's always positive, but today was kind of an extra special positive message about the full moon, if you're interested in watching. Last night I had written a chapter, which I haven't done in quite a while, which was really good, bringing some stuff up and out. And something that came up with David from the Leo King is Forrest Gump. And it's always funny thinking about Forrest Gump, but he spoke of him running. He was talking about how he just took everything in stride. No matter what came at him, he just dealt with everything and went on. He didn't let everyone else have his crap, right? And he brought up that the one time that he did, that he just kept running and running and running, right? When he had to run away from his emotions. He physically ran as opposed to doing it internally. So I wanted to bring that up. And Spirit's connecting with me on that instead of running emotionally, run physically. Get it out physically. Take a walk, do exercise, do something challenging physically, because that always helps get it out. And in Forrest Gump, when he was done running, he was done running. And then he turned around and went home. So sometimes we just need that time. It's a big integration period. The time that he took to run was years, I think, in the movie. Kind of just like our journey. Sometimes integration takes a long period of time. And to be kind to yourself in that it's okay. It's about being patient, because Rome wasn't built in a day. And I related that too because I used to refer to my son fondly as Forrest Gump, because his hips turn a little bit inward. Like, so when he was a baby, he had a hard time, with his legs going down. And then when he ran, when he was in elementary school, his feet would go out to the side. So I said, "Run, Forrest, run." But in contemplating whether, that was an actually kind thing to say to him or not, I really was okay with it, because I loved Forrest. No matter who he was or how goofy he was, no matter what, he was just himself. He always loved himself first. He just was who he was. And no matter what he did, because he was himself, good things always just came to him. And that's the point. And today, my son is happy to be called Forrest. He totally loves it. So, although I woke up in a really positive mood when I got up this morning, I'm feeling a little bit more energies coming in now. I don't know if it's because of what I've written this morning and want to say, or if it's just new energies coming in for the full moon and for the 7/7 portal tomorrow. I'm just feeling very introspective at this time. So I wrote something to my twin, but it's really for the divine feminines out there who are listening, because whether or not my twin ever hears this installment isn't the point. It's really about you. So bear with me while I read this to you. And by the way, the only mail headings I had this morning that really stood out to me were at 9:26 this morning, and by the way, 26 is the Page of Wands, so that's an offer of maybe some fun. And that message, that headline said, "This," in caps, "this dot is dot it dot." And then the other mail that stood out to me was at 9:46, and 46 is the Six of Cups, which I always see as the twins. And that one was, "We need to talk." So we're talking now. To my twin. You stole my heart 2 years ago, and I've been growing a new one ever since. I could blame you for flirting, like you do with all of the starry-eyed women who come to see you. But mostly I can only blame you for being kind and loving and accepting me no matter what. What caused most of my pain was that you never allowed me to speak my piece, to really explain all the details of what I've gone through and still going through as long as you're not in my life. I can't call you my friend because I've only ever paid to speak to you, unless we're counting every moment of every day in the fifth dimension. In looking back at what drew me in was your willingness to see things outside the box, your intuitive skills I picked up on immediately, how much fun it was to talk to you, your patience and kindness with me and my family, and how much I missed you each time I left, each time even more. I had no reason to believe you'd be interested in me or available to me, but every day my heart told me otherwise. When I was able to step back, I realized that what I described about you at work was me at work. When I saw your office, I saw my office. When I heard you say I love you to your daughter, I heard me saying I love you to my daughter. You are every piece of every person I've ever loved because you are the lessons I've learned. The times hiding in the shower crying so that my kids wouldn't hear, crying to God that he doesn't want me, and to just let him have the one he loves, but just let me go. I wanted to leave this world multiple times, because the pain of not being one with you was the pain of not being one with myself, with love. God is not a person. God is the love energy in each of us. So when we don't love ourselves and allow others to hurt us, we reject ourselves. We run away from ourselves, our fears. We run from love. The only way to love, and Spirit's connecting with me now, is to go into and through the fears. The parts of ourselves we don't like. Don't fight it. Love it. That's when the fear leaves. The clouds part, and the love has just begun. The more I love myself, the more I am able to love you. So it is impossible not to love you. You know. So I hope that helps some of you Divine Feminines with what you're going through. It's just about loving yourself first. So in the cards that we drew for our Divine Masculines today, and this is for the and about the Divine Masculines, the central issue is the King of Wands. The underlying energy is the Judgment, clarified by the Ace of Swords. What more is judgment than the truth? Underlying energy is about a wake-up call, but it's about a final stand in speaking your truth, in being your truth, your authentic self. That's the underlying energy of the King of Wands. We also have, as the underlying energy in the clarifying deck, is the Fool. So there's an underlying energy of freedom and taking a leap of faith. And there's also an underlying energy in the Tarot Sexual Magic is the Death card. Okay, so transformation. And there is a small heart at the bottom of the card, just in front of his left foot, the feminine foot. And he's not carrying an arrow, but he's in his right hand he's holding a bow, but no arrow. He's put down his arrow. The underlying energy in the numerology deck is nature. It's green, it's number 74. And green, of course, is of the heart and physical healing energy and nature, and that's why nature is so grounding. So a reminder for all of us, actually, to go out in nature and ground yourself. Salt baths, exercise, meditation, peace, sleep, lots of water. 74 is an 11, so it's very spiritual. It's a 4 working through the 7, and 4 is the number of stability and structure. So it's stability on the inside working through going inward. So being peaceful on the outside, but stable on the inside, showing that calm, peaceful, loving, spiritual person. And by the way, the card that was underneath that was synchronicity. The other underlying energy from the romance angels is chemistry. Okay, and there's a strong magnetic attraction here. Okay, so we have transformation, chemistry, nature, and chemistry is natural, final judgment, wake-up call, rising to the occasion, and taking a leap of faith. This is the underlying energies. The foundation for the Divine Masculine is the star, clarified by the Knight of Pentacles reversed. So the star is about, and this major arcana is about hopes and dreams, and filling up your heart. And the underlying energy, the Judgment card, is also major arcana. It's about a call to action as far as our dreams. But for the masculine, he feels like he's not going forward financially or in a practical way, kind of stuck in his dreams. He could also see this as the Divine Feminine not working and affecting his dreams. The recent past is the Five of Swords. Five of Swords. Okay. So, he's the guy who takes down everybody in his wake. And the clarifying cards here are the King of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles reversed, and the Queen of Pentacles reversed. So in the past, he might have been the one who took down others at all costs. Not necessarily because he meant to, but because of his own fears. They're clarified by the Queen of Pentacles reversed, the Ace of Pentacles reversed, and the King of Swords upright. So it's his logical self taking down the feminine and her practical life. And maybe he's recognizing this and kind of feeling at fault for this Divine Feminine losing something in her life, or preventing her from going forward in a practical new way. And there is the Judgment card is right next to that. Okay, so there's judgment in what's happened in the past as far as these conflicting thoughts and actions. It is all about actions. That's been coming up this morning. Taking action. The King of Wands in the center is clarified by the Six of Wands, which of course is always the Divine Masculine, getting lots of attention and needing lots of attention. But he's in his element. Okay, his challenge being the Six of Cups, and clarified by the Eight of Pentacles. So the Six of Cups, as I always say, is a twin flame card, but it also has to do with their children, if they have children. So this is the challenge at the moment. Like, he's solid in his passion, and he's in control of his passions, and he's feeling passion again, as opposed to being just in his logical King of Wands self. He's in his King of Swords self. He's in his King of Wands self. He's feeling inspired, whereas the King of Swords is always just very logical. He's in his head. King of Wands is being inspired, which is amazing. maybe wanting to give attention as opposed to getting attention. The Six of Cups is the challenge, because it's about innocence and love, and that's tough for him. He's working very hard, but he's also seeing the divine feminine working hard. And if you see in the picture, the masculine wants to share his cup with the feminine. You know, it's like that balance. It's like the balance of effort in the relationship. They want to share. They have the 4 cups with flowers in front of them that they can both admire together, and one behind them that they can also look back and admire. It's a big one in the back. But the one they share is the one that's special. So it's about, you know, the 8 of Pentacles, and Spirit's connecting with me on this card. The Ace of Pentacles, the 8 of Pentacles. It's about honing your craft. Working hard, but not overworking. But doing what you love and becoming really good at it. You know, it doesn't mean you're working tons of hours. It means you're loving what you do. And the challenge for the masculine is indeed that, is coming out of the logic about work and learning to just love what they do and not need to make the most money, be the absolute best, but actually enjoy their own creativity. It could also be a challenge in just dealing with their practical situation and their children, whom they love very much. You know, that he wants to work. You know, he has to work to take care of his children. What's in his heart and head is the Queen of Pentacles, clarified by 4 of Wands. So I know this is the Divine Feminine because she came up in my personal read this morning. It's about him seeing the Divine Feminine as he's saying he sees you. He sees you as your practical, stable, loving, nurturing self. And that he understands the value in the kind of stability that you offer. And that you're very grounded. In the near future is the Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles is clarified by the Empress and the 6 of Swords. So the Knight of Pentacles is movement forward. It's slow, steady movement forward. It's practical movement. It's making headway. It's clarified by the Empress and the 6 of Swords. So it could be that the Empress is moving. There could be a mother or a significant other who's moving. The mother of his children, his actual mother. But the move is to a calmer place. And this is enabling him to go forward in his practical day, in his practical life. You could also be seeing his twin is moving forward to calmer waters, and so that allows him to feel better and go on with his practical life. The Queen of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles are next to each other, it's showing, it really is the divine masculine and feminine. That she is the queen and he's the knight right now, working his way to what he sees as the empress. The way he sees himself is, again, we have the Eight of Pentacles, clarified by the Six of Cups reversed and the Three of Swords. So this is, over-ruminating, because of his over-ruminating about the past, love in the past, and his broken heart. He's putting his thoughts and feelings into his work to specialize more into what he's doing, but being more careful about it as opposed to trying to get more and more and more done. He's being more specific about what he's doing. Because before, the Eight of Pentacles was always reversed because he's always overworking. The environment is the Seven of Wands, clarified by the Five of Swords. So Seven of Wands is about standing up for yourself. It's also about defending yourself when you're feeling that people are attacking you. And it's clarified by the Five of Swords. So there's definitely some fight going on here in his environment. He's standing up for himself. And there are multiple people fighting him. And it's covering, I'm going to let you know, on the Romance Angels card that was pulled, the Five of Swords is on top of that. It's saying, let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. Because there's definitely some people who are fighting the divine masculine, and they're having a tough time with this. He is standing up for himself, though. The hopes and fears is the Hangman. In this card, this is upright, but this is seeing the light. It's a wake-up. He's illuminated. And it's clarified by the Page of Pentacles, the Eight of Cups, and the Eight of Wands. And eights are both about strength, and there's two eights here, so with the Page of Pentacles, which is great, because the divine masculine is great at starting again, starting new business, starting in a practical way. He's finding his strength again by walking away from a situation he spent a long time building. It's that Eight of Cups with one missing. So he's looking for his missing cup, and it has to do with the Eight of Wands, which is that passion, the arrows of love, and also quick communications and growth. And Spirit's coming in a little bit on that. Okay. So he's hoping to awaken more to understanding what's going on with himself. And the outcome is, again, the Eight of Wands, which is that passionate, quick communications, travel, and the arrows of love. And it's clarified, though, by the Queen of Cups and the Six of Pentacles, which is about that really loving, giving, and receiving in a passionate way. That's a really nice, positive energy, because it's so important to him to have that equality in a relationship of give and take, but that he's seeing the divine feminine as the Queen of Cups, as that really loving and genuine energy. The Eight of Wands is also clarified to the left. Sorry about that. To the left is this card. This is the Knave of Chalices. And he's under the moon, so there's been some illumination. And there's definitely something he wants to say, but he doesn't know how to say it quite yet. But there's a lot he wants to say. That's to the left, and then to the right of the arrows of love and communication. So to the left is feminine. To the right is the masculine. We have, and this is the Trove of Sexual Magic again, we have the the Wheel of Fortune, the Hangman, and the Queen of Pentacles. Okay. So the wheel is turning in regards to this Eight of Wands. And the Hangman, you know, refers back to the hangman that's out on the table in the hopes and fears. There's illumination about the Queen of Pentacles, which again was already in the spread, okay, in his heart and his head. So the wheel's turning as far as being awake in the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, and then the wheel is on top of the card Moderation, which is also green, so heart and healing energy and growth. And it's the 14, which is the Temperance card, moderation. But also 14 is that of change. It's the 4, again the stability on the inside, which we had. That's interesting for the other card, 74, because 4 was the inside, so your inner self being stable for the masculine, working through the 1, which is new beginnings, but it's also the divine masculine energy. It's masculine energy, that selfishness, that tunnel vision, focus. So it's stability and focus, which is great. In a moderation, in a moderate way. He's waking up to his hopes and dreams, working hard but slowing down, and standing up for himself and defending himself. And maybe just opening up to letting his friends help for a change, as opposed to him being the one to help everybody else. The 5 of Swords is in the near past. So, done with the fighting. He doesn't want to do that anymore. It's about focus on the children, the twin love, that true innocent love. But in a practical way right now. It's about practicality, sorting out their life in a practical way. Figuring out what he wants to say. But working towards awakening more. Okay. And then I had also picked a card from my French deck, which is also very green, you notice. Very green. It's a tree, and then there's steps of the roots. They look like the roots, but it's actually a bridge to the tree of life. And again, there's another moon. There's several moons. The moon is in the Hangman in the Tarot of Sexual Magic, and in the Golden Universal, we see the star, but then we have the moon again here. It's like it looks like a bridge to the tree of life. And the translation exactly is, it's about the goal. Keep in mind the vision of what you really want in life. Keep in mind the vision of what you really want in life. So it's your truth. Make sure that the goal is your truth, and that you have a clear vision of what it is. Okay. And then I'm going to, I did ask for the Divine Feminine a question. What does the Divine Masculine want you to know? And we got the Ten of Swords reversed. The pain is over. It's done. No more pain, no more betrayal. And the bottom of the deck, and that was the only card I pulled from this deck. Okay. So this is the gilded. So the bottom of the deck is about the the Queen of Cups, which came up as clarifying the outcome of the read. So he's saying he sees you. No more pain and suffering. The pain is done. So here's from the Ascension deck. I'm going to pick a card for, and this will be for all the twins, okay? This is advice for all the twin flames. All the twins. Twin Flame Collective today, what's the advice? We have the Gold and Silver Cloak. It's number 26. 26 came up before today for me too. 26 is the Page of Wands. It's about that offer, maybe like an offer for a date or a get-together, something like that. And 26 is the six of love and family working through the relationship. You have chosen the card of perfect harmony. When you balance your wisdom and power, giving and receiving, we talked about the giving and receiving in the read, your connection with Hollow Earth and the seventh heaven, it offers you the courage to love. This makes you magnetic to people, animals, and situations so that you can attract all that is for your highest good. Your guidance is to bring yourself into harmony and balance. Then visualize yourself wearing the gold and silver cloak so that you draw in the angel sonics to purify the energy around you. Expect the unexpected and miraculous. And the affirmation is, I am in total balance and harmony. The gold and silver cloak. And then for the, this is the past life deck. Past life deck for the Twin Flame Collective is Galactic. So do your clearing, get in touch with your masters and your guides and your angels. Look to the stars. There are many stars that shine very brightly and are just waiting out there for you. Because the bottom of the deck is imprisonment or slavery, and that's been coming up quite a bit this week. It's about self-imprisonment. Take yourself out of your prison and look to the stars. Ask for help when you need it. Okay? Do your meditation. Learn how to connect more fully. And no more imprisoning yourself in your mind and your thoughts. Drop into your heart when you meditate. Even if it's just for a minute or two, several times a day. Take yourself out of your mind and get into your heart. And the card we got from the Journey of Love is, this also came up this week, is 66 coming together. I'll show you that, but I'm going to read that to you. Okay. So lots of reds and blues, a little bit of greens in there and whites. And that's 66, which is love, love through love. Love, family, and community. Through love, family, and community. And that's a 3, which is about communication. Communicating, self-expression, coming together. So coming together. You and another soul are coming into each other's worlds. It is a karmic destiny that is unfolding, an expression of a divine plan set in motion many lifetimes ago. That destiny may have a romantic purpose. It may have a sacredness that is sexual. It may have a sacredness that is creative, tender, about learning self-esteem or courage. It may bring a gift of enduring friendship and loyalty, or be an expression of a passing flash of divine force that shakes your foundation and helps you move out of a situation which would have consumed your light with tediousness and playing small. The coming together is happening, however. Know it is of love. This oracle brings guidance. You're going to be moved by love, whether it is long-term or fast and furious. It is love, and it has meaning. Let it be what it is, and do not try to force it to become what you think it must be. It has worth, as you do. Enjoy the experience and know it serves your growth. And the poem is simply, two energy patterns came together, a shared frequency in a field of possibilities, and there was resonance. Okay? So be good to yourselves. Oh, and a reminder, my CD is coming out. It should be coming out electronically on iTunes and such tomorrow, hopefully. It's called Ashes, Twin Towers to Twin Flames by Evelyn Stainthorpe. And if you could support me in this, I'd be so grateful. Either way, please leave your comments below. I would love to hear any synchronicities you've been going through this week and anything that relates to what I've told you today. Yep, and please like and subscribe, and rise and be love. Take care, everyone. Have an amazing day.